Remember that sinking feeling? That cold dread that settled in the pit of your stomach every time you thought about it? For months, it felt like an inevitability, a foregone conclusion whispered in hushed tones across the hockey world. Brock Boeser, the longest-tenured Vancouver Canuck, was gone. Poof! Vanished into the unrestricted free agency abyss, destined to wear another jersey, to score goals for another city. We braced ourselves for the heartbreak, for the painful sight of a familiar face skating against us. But then a twist, a sudden, exhilarating, utterly shocking reversal that sent a jolt of pure, unadulterated relief through the fan base. How did we get here? How did a player who, by all accounts, was already out the door, end up signing a 7-year commitment to the only NHL team he's ever known? This isn't just a contract. It's a narrative flipped on its head, a testament to resilience, and a bold statement from a Canucks management team that just pulled a rabbit out of a hat. For what felt like an eternity, the writing was on the wall. The trade deadline came and went, and despite the constant chatter, the endless speculation, Brock Boeser remained a Canuck. But the silence from general manager Patrik Allvin and president of hockey operations Jim Rutherford spoke volumes. They essentially admitted the offers for the talented winger were underwhelming, a tacit acknowledgement that his market value wasn't what they'd hoped. As July 1st loomed, the whispers turned into shouts. Boeser was heading to unrestricted free agency. The expectation wasn't just that he might leave, it was that he would leave, and likely for nothing. The narrative was set, the goodbyes mentally prepared. It was a bitter pill to swallow. Knowing a player who had given so much to the franchise, who had endured so many ups and downs in blue and green, would simply walk away. The emotional investment from the fan base was palpable. Seeing the flow in another sweater would have been a gut punch, a stark reminder of the often unromantic business side of professional sports. Then, just as the final grains of sand seemed to be slipping through the hourglass, Allvin and Rutherford, with a masterful stroke of unexpected genius, flipped the script entirely. The hockey world collectively gasped. Brock Boeser, the prodigal son who was never truly lost, was coming home. Not just for a year, not for a bridge deal, but for a monumental 7-year commitment, carrying a cap hit of $7.25 million. It was a move that defied conventional wisdom, a gamble that paid off in spades, not just in terms of on-ice talent, but in the immeasurable currency of fan goodwill. Depending on who you talk to, this deal is a slight hometown discount, a nod to his comfort and history in Vancouver, especially when stacked against the escalating contracts we're seeing across the league. It's a testament to the player's desire to stay and the organization's renewed commitment to him, a surprising twist in a saga that seemed destined for a far less satisfying conclusion. Now, let's dissect the on-ice implications of this blockbuster deal. Brock Boeser is 28 years old, entering what should be the prime years of his career. He's coming off a solid 50-point season, a respectable follow-up to his impressive 73-point campaign the year prior. There's no denying the conditions around the Canucks changed significantly between those two seasons, and like many of his teammates, Boeser visibly wore the effects of a tough, tumultuous year. Yet, through it all, his innate ability to find the back of the net remained. He is, without question, one of the better pure goal scorers in the NHL, possessing a release that can beat goalies clean from distance. While speed has never been Boeser's calling card, a factor that could potentially make the back half of this long-term deal age less gracefully in an increasingly fast league, his offensive instincts and shot remain elite. The hope, and indeed the plan, is that if Elias Pettersson can rediscover his elite form as a top-tier NHL center, or if new acquisition Filip Chytil can stay healthy and provide that pass-first dynamic, Boeser will find the perfect complement to his scoring prowess. And as the NHL salary cap continues its upward trajectory, the financial burden of his contract should become more manageable, allowing Boeser to remain a productive player well into his 30s. But this signing transcends mere statistics and on-ice projections. Just as important, if not more so, are the intangible factors, what Brock Boeser means to the team, the fan base, and the community. He's been a constant through years of rebuilding and retooling, a familiar face in a league of constant churn. He's the longest-tenured Canuck, a bridge between different eras, and a player who has endeared himself to the city through his dedication and perseverance. The thought of seeing him in another team's jersey was a difficult one to stomach for many loyal fans, a symbolic loss that would have resonated deeply. This contract avoids that pain, solidifying a connection that goes beyond wins and losses. Furthermore, one has to believe that the Canucks had Quinn Hughes' next contract in mind with this move. Retaining key, popular players like Boeser sends a strong message to the captain and other core pieces about the organization's commitment to building a winning culture and keeping its stars together. It's a move that fosters stability and demonstrates a willingness to invest in the players who have grown with the franchise. This re-signing also speaks volumes about the Canucks' strategic direction. Despite the perennial playoff struggles and the temptation to blow it all up, the Canucks are clearly not about to ignite a full-scale rebuild. With a solid defensive core already in place and top-caliber netminders anchoring the back end, the primary focus remains on optimizing their existing talent. The biggest question mark, and arguably the most crucial piece of their puzzle, is Elias Pettersson. For the Canucks to truly contend, Pettersson needs to find his form as a top-tier NHL center again, consistently driving play and producing at an elite level. Having a familiar, reliable goal scorer like Boeser in tow should undoubtedly help Pettersson do just that, providing a consistent target for his passes and alleviating some of the offensive pressure. This isn't a team looking for a complete overhaul. It's a team looking for its core to finally click, and Boeser is a vital piece of that puzzle. Let's also consider the market. Even with the initial skepticism, Brock Boeser was still one of the top unrestricted free agents available, especially among goal-scoring wingers. While we won't know the exact figures for other top players like Nikolai Ehlers until they sign, the expectation is that their price tags will be incredibly high. To have Boeser locked in for 7 years at a relatively manageable cap hit of $7.25 million is, by any measure, excellent work by Allvin and Rutherford. It's a significant investment, yes, and 7 years is a long time in the NHL, but it secures a valuable asset at a price that, in a rapidly escalating market, could very well look like a bargain in a few years. It's a calculated risk, but one that carries substantial upside. So, where does this leave us? My grade for this contract is a solid B+. Am I being a bit of a softie here? Perhaps. There's a decent chance the last couple of years of this contract, when Boeser is in his mid-30s, could be pretty hard to stomach, especially if his speed continues to decline. But hockey is more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about connection, about loyalty, about the emotional ties that bind a team to its city. And in that regard, this signing is an unmitigated success. Because, deep down, I don't think anyone truly wanted to see Brock Boeser, the person, leave Vancouver. This deal isn't just about goals and assists, it's about keeping a beloved figure in the place he belongs. What are your thoughts, Canucks Nation? Did this signing catch you off guard? Are you thrilled to see Brock Boeser stay? Or do you have concerns about the long-term commitment? Drop your comments below and let us know your take. And if you felt that collective sigh of relief too, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Canucks insights and breaking news.